So yesterday we are looking at the stateless widget. So I have this basic application. I'm going to create a stateless widget. So I'm going to repeat this step once again. So I'm going to type stateless, and then I press enter. I'm waiting for the options. So I press enter. So when I press enter, then I can type the name of the class there. After typing the name of the class, then I'm going to copy my scaffold from home. So I'll copy my scaffold from here up to the end of the scaffold. Then I'm going to cut it from there. And then I will remove the container and I replace it with the scaffold. Then I'm going to remove this extra comma from here at the end of the scaffold. And then I'll call the home function from the main function, like that. So then I'm going to run this application. So it will take a few minutes. Then another thing we are going to do, because we have been editing only the main function. So today I also want us to do something with the pubspec.yaml file, and we see what is inside that file and what we can do within that file. So we are going to edit it and we see how we deal with that file. And I told you most of the time we'll be dealing with the lib, because we add all our data files in the lib, and then in the pubspec.yaml, that's where we add our assets. For example, the images, that's where we add our fonts. For example, if you want a customized font, a font file, you can download a font family, and then you have to enable that font family to be used in the application, but you do that from the pubspec.yaml.
Okay.
So I'm going to minimize this window. So the good thing with this text editor, it is very easy to use compared to the other Visual Studio Code. Because when you transfer the code from Visual Studio to Android Studio, you may find some errors. So it's always better to edit from Android Studio.
as we're waiting for it to run,
Hmm.
first we can be read codes.
You can be doing what?
We can be coding as we're waiting for it to respond.
Okay, let us first wait for this one to run, because if it runs, then others we shall just be pressing Control S and then it comes
Saving.
automatically. So it will not take
Okay.
time. So I'm going to download some images from
Google.
from the internet, because we are going to put some images in our application and also some fonts, so I can be downloading as the application is running.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to Google Fonts. So just type Google Fonts. So I click on the first site, which is fonts.google.com. So I go to Google Fonts. So it is bringing some fonts. I'm going to choose one of my choice. So I have this one, which is called Viodali Brew. I can download it. I can just click there. So then I think you are seeing the option for downloading, download family.
Yes, I can see it.
So I'm going to click there and I download. So I will just save it. I think I can go back and I also get another font.
Master
I can download this handwriting.
handwriting. It does what?
It's a font.
Okay.
It's another font family called writing. So now I can download this one, which is called Dancing Script. And then I can click on download family. Then I just save.
Okay.
So I think I can go back to my Android studio and see. It is now loading on Google Chrome. I can minimize it. So I've downloaded the two font families. Then another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to download some images. I want some space images. Yeah, I'm seeing some nice images here. So I'll just download just one or two. So I can save this image. Let me save it as space one. I save it. Let's download it. I get another one. I save it as space two. I think those ones are enough. I can leave this site open because I may want to use it. I think the application has already loaded. So that's the app, that's the basic application we are having. Then what we are going to do, so I think we have looked at the stateless widget. We shall not look at the stateful widget today. We are going to first look at the font family, and then we look at the assets, of which in the assets we have images. So in our text style, I think you are seeing that word will come to Flutter. So I want to add another style, which is called the font family. But before adding it, because I don't have the font families which I'm going to add there, meaning that I'm going to first deal with those font families I have downloaded. I'll show you how we deal with them. And then after we apply them, I think that will be okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to my downloads folder. I go to downloads. I have this font families, which is dancing script. I'm going to just extract it. I'll say extract here. Then I also go to this one, which is the Vioda. And I also extract it here. So I'm done with extracting those files. Now what I'm going to do, let me first go to the downloads and then I'll see the images properly. Where are the images? So the images we have extracted are here. We have the Vioda and we have the dancing script, which is here. So now what we are going to do, I'm going to go back to my Android Studio. I'm going to click on the introduction, the name of the file, which is introduction 4. Are you seeing where I have clicked?
Yeah.
So I'm going
Yes.
to right click and you are seeing the option in new. I'm going to create a new folder there, and we call it a directory. So I'm going to create a directory, and I give it a name fonts, because I want to put my fonts there. Then after giving it that name, I want to copy these fonts from here, and I paste them there. So I have the Vioda libraries there. I will right click and I do copy. I can even cut. Then I click on fonts and I paste it there. So paste.
Yes,
So I will just press OK. Then I go back to my downloads and I go on this dancing script. I do the same.
so
I cut it from there, and then again I paste it in the fonts. So I can paste it. And I click OK. So I've pasted all the 2 items in the fonts. So when I click on these fonts, now you are seeing dancing script is there, and then you are seeing also the order library is there. I think that's okay. So now what we are going to do, I'm going to open my pubspec.yaml file. Are you seeing it there?
where is it?
The pubspec.yaml is here, where I have clicked. Are you seeing
Okay,
that?
I've seen it.
So I'm going to click.
Yeah, we have seen it.
I'm going to double click on it and it will open. So when it opens, I can first expand it. When you open it, you see that I have the environment, I have the SDK there, I have even the name of the application. I don't have to change those ones. Then I go down. I have assets. Are you seeing assets there where I've clicked?
Yeah,
And they are telling us that there we can add the images, but we are looking for fonts. Are you seeing fonts here?
yeah.
I'm going to highlight the whole part for fonts. From here, those hashes are used as comments. So I have to uncomment. So I'm going to highlight from this beginning. I want to highlight from here up to here. Are you seeing that? So I want to highlight to uncomment them at once. So I will press Ctrl and /. Is that one okay?
Do what?
I'm going to press Ctrl /.
After highlighting, what?
After highlighting, I want to remove those comments. Remember, those hashes are used for comments. So I want to uncomment.
Okay.
So you press Ctrl / and the comment. Ctrl and /.
Oh.
And you can start. You can see that the hashes have disappeared.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. Control what?
Ctrl /.
Forward is which key on the keyboard?
Where there is a question mark.
Okay.
That key having a question mark is the /. So when you press Ctrl /. And
yeah, I've seen.
Then it will disappear. Another thing I want to do, I want to change this pubspec.yaml file is very sensitive with the indentation. So you have to make sure that the indentation is proper. What I'm going to do, I can press Ctrl tab. First wait. Not Ctrl tab, it is Shift tab. Then I move it in front. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Then I
Shift tab.
Yes, again Shift tab. I move it to the next line. I can now to make the indentation proper, what you do, you just press a tab. I think you are seeing my cursor on the fonts. I'm going to first just press a tab, then it will go to the proper direction. Then when you go to this family, you press the tab twice. Is that okay? You press the tab twice.
How do you know it's supposed to be like this?
You just, the space has to be one tab. For example, if you look at this tab, it has to be one tab from the beginning of the fonts. So then when I go to this fonts, which is here, but again, I'm going to remove some things from there. For example, I'm going to remove the second fonts. Okay, then this font where I've clicked, I'm going to press a tab for the first time and then for the second time. Are you seeing what I've done?
Yeah.
Then I go to the assets, I press the tab for the first time, then for the second time. I go to the second asset for the first time and the second time. Then style. I think you are seeing what I've done. But for me, I'm not interested in this style. I'm not interested in this second family because, so I will just remove this one.
Wait.
I want to remain with only one family.
Okay.
Is that one okay now?
Yeah, it's okay.
So I wanted to remain with one family. That's why I've removed that one. Then what we are going to do, so our fonts is.
But I have an issue. I have an issue on datation. Eh? What if you just leave it like that? Won't it work?
You're going to get errors.
Okay.
And when you get errors, you can't.
So they're supposed to be.
It's that indentation is like for Python. So if your indentation is wrong, when you are running the file, they are going to tell you. So that's why it's always a good thing to use the tab. Then I'm going to, for my first, in my fonts, so I have the first one called dancing script. So I'm going to give a family any name I want. You can give it any name you want. Maybe I can give it dancing script. Dancing script. Then in the assets, in the first assets, I have to write that the full name as it is here. This one is called dancing script variable. This one is called dancing script variable font. So there you have to make sure that the name is the correct one. So it is still in fonts. Then here I'm going to write dancing, then script, then a dash, then I write variable, then font, then a dash, WGHT. I think that's the name. So that's the proper name. Then I will just save. Let me first uncomment this one and I use one. I think that one's okay. So the name is dancing script. I can copy it from there. And let me save the pubspec.yaml. And to see that you have no error in your pubspec.yaml, you have to click on pubget. I think you are seeing it.
First wait.
Yes.
First wait. After assets, I'm seeing the next one is also what?
The next
is
one.
Now a comment.
I have commented it because I want to add only one font. So if you want to add another font, then you have to do the same thing. So when I go to my main.dat, now they are telling me that I've edited my pubspec.yaml. Now I have to I have to get dependencies, meaning that I have to update. So you have to click on get dependencies because the pub spec has been edited. When you get dependencies, then they have to check whether what you have added is matching with what you have in the folders. And that one takes less than a minute.
To get what?
Get dependencies. After saving and then you go back to your main, they are going to tell you that the pub spec has been edited. So meaning that you have to get dependencies to make sure that, I think you are saying that it's okay running Flutter process finish with exit code 0. As long as you see that one, it means that your pubspec.yaml has no errors. If it has errors, you would have seen those errors there. Is that one okay?
You mind I'm seeing some error?
Yeah, when you are seeing that those errors, it means your indentation is wrong or then the name does not match. So you have to check that and see. Is that one okay?
Okay.
So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to my font family where I wanted to add a font family, which is this part. And then I type the name of the family. So my name of the family was Dancing Script. So I copied it, then I'm going to paste it there. That was the name of my family. It was Dancing Script. Then let me minimize this, and I press Ctrl S to save. So, and after saving this name, my application is going to change the font. So this one will be faster since I'm using a stateless widget. When you are using a set, I think you are seeing that it has been faster. But as the font changed, we are changing the font of welcome to Flutter.
Changed, eh?
Are you seeing any change?
On the app?
Yes. Because
I'm not seeing.
Okay, let me just copy it and I do the same on the on my Flutter application, and we see. I'm seeing it takes child in my Flutter application. Then let us add a style there. So I'm going to add a style. First wait, which is a text style. I didn't put a comma here. I expected a comma. Then my style will be font family. Now I can save and we see. So our first session is about to get over. We shall just connect using the same link. But we are not seeing a change there. Are you seeing a change there?
First try again.
Let me see how the font looks like. I'm not seeing a change because the font looks like that.
I'm also not seeing it.
So it means there is some problem when we are. Let me first come here and I copy the name from here. Rename file. Okay, I just copy the name from there. And then I transfer it to pubspec.yaml. Then we can save. So when our first session is over, we shall just connect back using the same link.
Is it working now?
Let us save again and see. Go back to the main, we get the dependencies.
Inside, pub spec right here if I call it.
Then we can also save here, Control S, and we see. It's changed.
I'm not seeing any change.
I don't see any change. So what was wrong with our pubspec.yaml?
I think the issue may be on the indenting, or I think so.
In the indenting,
Yeah.
And then
but I think the indenting has no issue, because if it had issues, then we would have got an error somewhere.
Because me on mine, I'm seeing errors. I've left it.
You are seeing errors in yours. But I told you how to remove those errors. Are you still getting errors?